Karibuni na habari za asubuhi. Tupo kwenye habari za mchana. Kunradhi. Tupo kwenye mkutano kuelekea mchezo namba 206 wa ligi kuu ya NBC kati ya Azam FC ambao ni wenyeji kutoka kule Azam Complex Chamazi, ambao wanakwenda kuwakaribisha Simba Sports Club kwenye mchezo huu ambao utachezwa kwenye uwanja wa Azam Complex kesho kuanzia majira ya saa 1 usiku. Tunakwenda kuzungumza na makocha ama nahodha wa timu hizi mbili watueleze namna ambavyo wamejiandaa kuelekea mchezo huu. Coach, mentioning one of the NBC Premier League crucial games, very attractive. Azam FC versus Simba Sports Club is one of them. How was your 2 days in training?
Yeah, as you said, it's a very attractive game. We are going to face the second and the third teams in the table right now. They have a very good team, good professional players, good Tanzanian players, good young talents, a good coach. I think he's bringing a lot of freshness. Now they are changing some of the behaviors they had in the first leg when we faced them or when we faced them in Mapendusi. But they are still a good team. They are still a team that can play good football, that can create chances, that can score goals. So we need to play our best tomorrow if we want to get anything from Chamazi. Today in training we tried to get adapted a little bit to the turf. We went to training artificial, and yesterday was the other training. We went just to work on small details, and there's no time for more. We need to recover good because we didn't have too much time to prepare this game as most of the times. So the most important thing is to choose tomorrow the players who are going to be fresher and the ones who are mentally ready to go for this battle, because it's going to be a tough battle for both teams. No information in advance when we are playing key games to the opponents. Tomorrow you will see, but we are still missing many players as the last games, and you will see some of them will be ready for tomorrow, some of them we will not be ready. The good news is that we are not missing anyone else in these 2 training sessions, so that's at least an advance regarding the last matches.
And how do you see the title race?
Sorry?
How do you see the title race? NBC Premier League title.
The title? You are always asking me the same for a long time. I continue saying the same. We are going to keep fighting every single game, even if we are not having the chance to become champions again, because this is what I think I have to do. This is what I was educated about, and because this is what I think Simba needs to do as a club and what our fans deserve. But I have the same speech, I think, in the last 6-7 weeks. It's almost impossible. Every day that comes by, it's even more difficult because Janga is not making many mistakes. They are dropping some points now, and I'm sure that they are going to continue dropping points, so that means that we need to keep fighting. But they are also going to win games, and they have a good advantage, and this is reality. And I always said I'm not coming here to lie to anyone. It's very difficult, but we are going to keep fighting, and tomorrow we have a game and we have to respect our club, our fans, and it's a nice game to play. We will try to win the 3 points to keep in the race.
The beautiful game tomorrow. Apart from aim to collect all the 3 points, the other side of it?
I think we both are teams which like to play a good football, which like to be on the ball. It's going to be a fight for getting the ball and try to take advantage of our capacities and the ability of our players, because both teams have players who can make the difference, especially in the last third. They have, I think, 2 top strikers. One of them played in Europe. The other one is the current top scorer in the league. So I think, last league. So I think they can make the difference, but I also said they have young talents, they have good players in the wings as we have, and all these players can balance any game. So I think we are willing to or we are expecting to see the best version of these players. I hope tomorrow we see the best version of our players and also of our players in defense, not letting them to take advantage of their capacities. But I think on the paper it's a good game, but also when you are playing big games between good teams, sometimes it's also difficult for both of them to create the same chances we are creating when we are facing some weaker teams. So I think we are going to try. Let's see if our fitness level for both sides, if the turf allows us to play our best football, but I think at least we are going to try, and I think the fans is one of the games they are expecting to watch in the season. This is about being realistic, and I'm answering the same question for I don't know how long time. We are going to fight till the end, and my hope is to win every day the 3 points. What the others do, I don't care. To be honest, I didn't watch Janga playing against Dodoma because this is not what matters to me. I was watching games of Azam, I was analyzing our last game, I was double checking our game against them in league in the first leg, I was checking the Mapendusi Cup game. This is my job. The things that depend on me, the things that don't depend on me, and unluckily in the league we are not depending on us from the very beginning, even before I was here. I cannot spend any of my energy, and even less now when there's no time for anything, when we are playing every 3 days important games. So from there, my hope is to win tomorrow, and then my hope will be to beat Keita, and then my hope will be to beat Janga in semi-finals cup. This is my job and this is my hope. Okay. I think, to be honest, there's a lot to improve. From federation, TPL board, also for the clubs, our club, from my side with the knowledge we have, I got a lot of information. What I think is that things can be much better. And sometimes people are afraid to make changes, maybe because of the lack of there, or the lack of capacity, or the lack of education. You know, and I think you don't have to fear to make changes for the good. There are good professionals here who can help you to improve Tanzanian football, and you have to take advantage. But if there's no interest, it's impossible. I think this is a league where football matters, I'm not going to say the less, but not too much. There are many more things that make the difference and that set the results. It's not about being better than the opponent, it's not about scoring more goals. There are many more things that are involved in the performance of any team. I understand that maybe the facilities are not good enough, but you can go and you can organize things in a better way, you can prepare better schedules, you can go for 3-4 pitches in good conditions and everyone can play in those pitches. It's not necessary to go to some places where it's impossible to play football. For fans even see that, in my opinion, is shit, because this is not football, it's shit what we have to play all teams in this kind of fields. But there are some fields pretty good where you can play and take care of them. So from there, these are the things that I can tell you, and I think there's too much to improve. We are playing one league in Nkapa Stadium, where since I'm here we are the best team so far in terms of playing football, in terms of results. We won all the games, even counting Cup and CAF Confederations games. We only draw against Janga, and when you play away, you have to try to do whatever else, because it's impossible to play the sport we love and the sport we want to play. And I think there's no excuse, because as I told you, there are places where you can play better football, or you can go for that. And I think this is something that must be said. Any federation, any TPL board wants to improve and wants to give the opportunity to people to improve, I think they should. But I'm also surprised because this is not about Simba. I'm talking about everyone. Now I'm really surprised because they're supposed to be the first game in the next Cup Confederations Cup for the national team, and national team is not going to be able to prepare the way they want the first game. So if even Federation is not helping their national team, which should be the most important thing in this country in terms of football, and they think that it's better to place a game 5 days before they are going to play this first game, and maybe you have the chance to get a good result and maybe fighting for a historical qualification. But they think that most of the players who are going to play for national team need to be present in a tough game, then traveling, then maybe rest for 1 day, then prepare the game for 1-2 days. It's going to be enough. For me, it doesn't make any sense, you know.